And Jason, what are the president's options if he pushes for gun control? A lot of questions now surrounding this after the fact of this horrific school shooting.
Well, yes, with two massive shootings within a week, there are lots of options on the table. The question is, how effective will they be? The first and most obvious is to renew the assault weapons ban, which expired in 2004. But there are questions even in the Justice Department as to whether or not that's really effective in preventing gun crime. So the president probably needs to be more creative than he has been in the past if he really wants to address these kind of tragedies.
Yeah, certainly there is two sides, two very passionate sides to this argument, Jason. One say it's not the guns that kill people, it's the people that kill people, and what the president can do. A lot to talk about. Stay with us. More after the break.
Dear Cat, your hair mixes with pollen and dust. I get congested, but now with Zyrtec D, I have the proven allergy relief of Zyrtec plus a powerful decongestant. Zyrtec D lets me breathe freer, so I can love the air.
Zyrtec D, behind the pharmacy counter. No prescription needed.
What if you could drive the future today and switch on the air conditioning remotely? What if you could drive with zero emissions and you never had to stop for gas again, ever? What if your everyday car was an electric car? And what if one day it could power your house? The Nissan Leaf, innovation that excites.
Born from the sweet monk fruit, something this delicious could only come from nature. New Nectress, the 100% natural, no-calorie sweetener made from the goodness of fruit. New Nectress, sweetness naturally.
If you're disabled and unable to work, pay attention to the following message.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to disability benefits through Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right if you suffer from a physical or mental disability. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. To get started, call the number on your screen now. And keep in mind, there are a vast number of conditions that make you eligible for disability benefits and dozens of additions that you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 1-800-306-5500. Don't delay. Call now.
Tonight on HLN, the show that asks the question only you can answer.
What would you do?
HLN tonight, 9 Eastern.
Hi, my name is Diane Tull, and I'm a customer service representative for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Insurance can sometimes be difficult to understand, but here at Colonial Penn, we make it simple. Alex Trebek has been representing Colonial Penn for over 10 years and is here to tell you how we do it.
Thanks, Diane. I've been representing Colonial Penn for over 10 years, talking about their guaranteed acceptance life insurance. If you're 50 to 85, write down the toll-free number on your screen and call for free information. With this insurance, there's no medical exam, no health questions either. Guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. Your rate will never go up, and your benefit will never go down due to age. It costs less than 35 cents a day. That's less than the cost of a daily newspaper. Call them now. You'll be glad you did.
Call Colonial Penn now at 1-800-380-0730 for free information and a free gift. That's 1-800-380-0730.
Certainly the culture of violence, and look at the level of violence in our media, video games, the depiction of these assault weapons again and again. There might well be some direct connection between people who have a mental instability and they when they go over the edge, they transpose themselves. They become part of one of those video games, and perhaps that's.
That was Colorado's governor talking about a culture of violence. Jason Johnson is back. And Jason, Obama obviously touched by this Colorado shooting. He broke down on Friday when speaking about it. Do you think changes are coming because of this?
I mean, I hope so. If you look at Barack Obama's record, regardless of what the Republicans want to say, he's been fairly friendly to gun owners. I mean, under his first administration, you can now take guns on Amtrak trains. You can now take guns into federal parks. Barack Obama has not been an anti-gun president, despite the fact that he's a Democrat. And so it would be nice if finally the policy started to match the rhetoric after these tragedies, not just in Colorado, not just in Oregon, not just in various military bases, what's happening in Chicago schools, 20 kids get killed every weekend. It'd be nice to see some real changes.
Jason, on the other side of that, Ryan Smith here, folks always say, a lot of folks say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. So how realistic is it that changes will be approved by Congress if, in fact, President Obama does suggest some?
Well, I think if real action is made within the next week and a half, things can get done, because it's true. People don't, guns kill people, people don't kill people, but people kill people with guns. So if you do something about the law, if you make it more difficult for people to get access to these weapons, but also, and I think this is key, we have to do something about the weapons that are already available. Look, this shooting that we just had in Connecticut, this young man used guns that were legally purchased by his mother. Nothing, no assault ban, no ban on assault weapons, nothing about mental health, nothing that's on the table today would have prevented him from doing what he wanted to do. So we need to take a look at not only protecting our young people, but also looking at who owns guns and finding out about those people before we make any real changes.
And who's responsible, Jason, for really being able to access that gun? We heard that she legally owned those guns, the semi-automatic weapon. But when should it be okay that he had access to that firearm? They should be locked up and kept safe, or that person's responsible, in my opinion.
Exactly, exactly. Look, if you've got these kinds of weapons in your home, you need to be responsible for them. You need to make sure other people can't get access to them. You need to make sure that the people who do know where those guns are responsible. And also, and I think the governor was right, Governor Hickenlooper, when he talked about our culture of violence. Look, when a young woman was killed by her fiance last week, and Bob Costas mentioned it on national football television, he was excoriated by people. Look, we need to have a legitimate discussion about the violent culture that we live in America. There are just as many guns in Canada, and they don't have nearly as many homicides. So it's something about how Americans view guns and Americans view violence that also needs to be addressed in addition to just policy.
All right, Jason Johnson, thank you so much. Folks, we'll be right back with more.